The arrangement reached by me and Mr. Bush in Ljubljana in January gives his assessment of the results.
Бы хотелось получить военно-технические параметры тех.
We agree that it is perfectly appropriate to discuss offensive and defensive capabilities together. And of course, as we've indicated, the ABM treaty inhibits the kinds of research and development and testing that the United States is engaged in and finds constraining, and as a result, we will continue to discuss with them ways that we can move beyond the ABM treaty so that the kinds of defenses against ballistic missiles, which the President feels are desirable and necessary in this world of extensive proliferation, can go forward.
I am Don Rumsfeld, and that is Sergei Ivanov. I am from the United States, and he is from Russia. We have met for a couple of hours. It was not long enough, and we will be meeting more during this week while we're here. The review also notes that there is no longer any ideological source of conflict with Russia. The United States seeks a cooperative relationship with Russia that moves away from a mutual assured destruction of the past. And because of this new relationship, the United States can prudently reduce the size of its operationally deployed strategic nuclear forces by some 2/3. Indeed, when it comes to building nuclear weapons, Russia has a distinct advantage over the United States. Today, Russia can and does produce both nuclear weapons and strategic nuclear delivery vehicles. They have open, warm production lines. The U.S. does not produce either ICBMs or nuclear warheads. It has been a decade since we produced a nuclear weapon, and it would likely take us the better part of a decade to begin producing some capabilities again. In the time
related to our systems play any part in not seeking
the fact that the Soviet threat has receded does not mean that we no longer need nuclear weapons. To the contrary, the U.S. nuclear arsenal remains an important part of our deterrence strategy and helps us to dissuade the emergence of potential or would-be peer competitors by underscoring the futility of trying to sprint towards parity with us. Indeed, Mr. Chairman, the Secretary of State would be the administration official who would be advising him on that. Instead, we're moving directly towards dramatic reductions in the ready nuclear weapons of our two countries and in clearing the way for a new relationship between our countries based on increasing trust and friendship. If you want an illustration how far we have come in that regard, consider there is the START Treaty. If I can lift it. It is massive. There's the Moscow Treaty. It's 3 pages. The START Treaty between President Bush and Mikhail Gorbachev is 700 pages long and took 9 years to negotiate. The Moscow Treaty was concluded in the summer, some 6 months to negotiate, and it's 3 pages long. Mr. Chairman, over the decades, the relationship has tended to be about arms control.
И вы знаете, в течение десятилетий наши отношения сводились к контролю над вооружениями.
And as we stand here in front of this group, I wouldn't want to leave the impression that that is the way it is today.
И когда я стою сейчас, выступая перед этой группой, я бы не хотел, чтобы у кого-то осталось впечатление, что такова ситуация и на сегодня.
The relationship between the United States and Russia is different in breadth and dimension.